The Battle for Willow Creek, a tale of justice and retribution. The sun hung low over Willow Creek, a pristine suburban enclave in Northern Virginia, casting golden rays across my backyard. I stood by my new infinity pool, its turquoise water glinting like a jewel. At 52, I'd earned this. Decades of grinding in cybersecurity, building a company from a basement server to a multi-million-dollar enterprise, had led to this moment. This pool wasn't just a luxury, it was my sanctuary, a testament to sacrifice. But as I admired it, a voice cut through the calm. "Nice toy you got there," sneered a young man from the other side of my cedar fence. Ethan Caldwell, barely 25, lounged against the wood, his preppy button-down and smug grin reeking of privilege. His hazel eyes, sharp and cold, fixed on my pool with disdain. "You tech types always flaunt your cash, don't you?" The words dripped with something darker resentment, maybe, or worse. I'd heard that tone before, the polite venom of prejudice. I'm a black man who'd climbed too high for some folks' comfort. I forced a smile, my voice steady. "Just enjoying what I've worked for, son." He scoffed and strolled back to his mother's sprawling Georgian mansion, the kind that screamed old money. That was my first run-in with Ethan, the son of Margaret Caldwell, the iron-fisted president of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. Little did I know, it was the opening shot in a war I never saw coming. 3 days later, I was sipping coffee on my patio, laptop open, when a sharp knock rattled my gate. Margaret Caldwell stood there, a formidable woman in her late 50s, her navy blazer crisp despite the July heat. Her ash-blonde bob was immaculate, her face a mask of authority. In her hand, a clipboard, her scepter. Without a greeting, she strode in. "Mr. Harrison," she began, her tone clipped, "your pool violates Willow Creek's bylaws." No approval was filed with the Architectural Review Committee, which I chair. Her eyes, identical to Ethan's, scanned my yard with contempt. I stood, folding my arms. "That's impossible. My contractor, Jim Reynolds, filed everything. We got a signed approval letter. It's in my records." Her lips curled into a thin smile. "Our records show no such approval. Per Section 9, Clause 3, your pool is an illegal structure." The word illegal hung heavy, a guillotine blade. I insisted it was a mistake, but her smile only grew colder. "Mistakes happen, but violations have consequences." What followed was a masterclass in manipulation. A certified letter arrived, summoning me to an HOA hearing. Margaret went door to door, spinning a tale that I'd built my pool in secret, a rogue newcomer threatening property values. Neighbors who'd once waved now avoided my gaze. My sanctuary became a prison, the pool a symbol of my naivety for thinking I could belong. The hearing was a farce, held in the community center's sterile meeting room. Margaret and her 4 loyal board members sat like judges, their faces blank. I presented my case: Jim's reputation, the approval process, the mysteriously vanished letter. But Margaret dismantled me with surgical precision. "So, your defense is that everyone else is wrong?" she mocked. The board offered a lenient deal: admit the violation, pay a $12,000 fine, and stay on probation. Refuse, and they demand the pool's demolition. Exhausted, humiliated, I paid. The check felt like a surrender, my signature a scar. For weeks, I hid, taking out trash at midnight, avoiding the pool that now mocked me. I was the neighborhood pariah, branded by Margaret's lies. Then, a spark of hope. Mrs. Evelyn Porter, a 78-year-old widow from Maple Lane, approached me at my mailbox. Her frail frame belied a fierce spirit. "What they did to you is wrong," she said, her voice firm. "Margaret's been running this place like her personal fiefdom for years. You're not her first victim." She spoke of others fined for trivialities: wrong mailbox colors, unapproved shrubs, and hinted at Ethan's odd habits, lavish deliveries, and a landscaping truck that visited at strange hours, never carrying tools. Her words ignited me. I wasn't a victim anymore, I was a hunter. Using my cybersecurity skills, I dug into the HOA's finances. Their tax filings revealed a massive landscaping budget, ballooning 35% since Ethan returned from college. Cross-referencing vendors, I found Green Horizon LLC, a company that paid thousands monthly, but with no website, just a P.O. box in a nearby strip mall. A stakeout confirmed Evelyn's tip: a Green Horizon truck, empty of equipment, parked at Margaret's. The driver, a wiry man, stayed 20 minutes and left with nothing. Public records tied the truck to a disbarred accountant with a fraud conviction. Then, the jackpot. Ethan's Instagram, a shrine to excess. A post from 18 months ago showed him with a $30,000 motorcycle, captioned, "New ride for the new biz. Running Green Horizon, keeping Willow Creek pristine." CEO. He'd linked himself to the sham company. The truth crystallized. Margaret and Ethan were embezzling HOA funds through Green Horizon, funding Ethan's lifestyle. My $12,000 fine? A desperate grab to cover a shortfall. They targeted me, the black outsider, banking on my isolation. But they'd underestimated me. I planned my counterstrike for the Willow Creek 4th of July picnic, Margaret's annual stage. With Evelyn's help, I rallied a few resentful residents. I prepared a PowerPoint clinical, undeniable titled Willow Creek HOA, a Financial Reckoning. It detailed the bloated budget, Green Horizon's P.O. box, Ethan's post, and a flowchart of their scheme. At the picnic, as Margaret basked in applause, I took the microphone. The projector flared to life, my pool's image looming large, captioned the $12,000 pool. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Slide by slide, I exposed their fraud. Margaret's face drained of color. Ethan choked on his hot dog. When Ethan's motorcycle post appeared, the crowd erupted. Lies. Margaret shrieked, but Evelyn's voice cut through. You fined me $150 for my roses. Where's that money? Others joined, a chorus of grievances. Margaret's empire collapsed. She and Ethan fled, and their house was sold within weeks. An audit uncovered $80,000 embezzled. Both faced fraud charges and convictions. Evelyn led a new board, restoring fairness. My $12,000 was refunded, and my pool became my haven again. But a shadow lingered. The scheme felt too sloppy for Margaret's cunning. A cryptic email from T arrived. You exposed their theft, but not the real crime. Your $12,000 bought silence. Meet me at Dawson's Diner, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Against my better judgment, I went. Thomas, a gaunt man in his 60s, introduced himself as Margaret's ex-husband. He slid a ledger across the table, its page